Hi guys, Sonia here, and I help people get to the light at the end of the tunnel on their spiritual journey. So today I'd like to talk about spiritual awakening, mental health, and stigma. So my first experience with stigma and mental health would have been when I was a teenager, right? My cousin, who I lived with my nan, he was like a brother to me, but when he ended up becoming unwell, and he had to have some medication and that, and so I treated him differently because I didn't understand. I didn't really know. I didn't have any idea about what it was like for him. I didn't even ask, talk to him about it. But then he ended up dying in a car accident not long after. So I thought from then that I would never ever treat someone differently if they were a little bit different. So that was my first experience where I started my passion to be able to help others, that to be able to have unconditional positive regard. So unconditional positive regard, that's by Carl Rogers. It's like one of the therapy. So that's sort of treating people like you would like to be treated, and just unconditionally. There's this card I've got here, which I love. It's from dear colleague who passed away. It is when you give of yourself that you truly give. So that's sort of like saying to me, like that's like giving of yourself in a way that's not expecting a return. So treating people how you would like to be treated. So after I was in this abusive relationship as well after that, and that was quite difficult. All levels of abuse, and I ended up. After I got out of that, I went and learned about mental health and addictions, and ended up understanding more. And I think for myself as well, I had times of depression, after that experience. And I remember at one point where I was trying to do the washing. Mum of 4 kids, single mum, and I had all this pile of washing, and I just felt so overwhelmed, and I was crying. I can't do this. It's too hard. Like, I'm just one person. So that pile of washing was sort of like sparked me. I had to go, I went and had counselling, antidepressants, and came through it. And I ended up learning about mental health and addictions, where I was really thankful to learn, to understand about myself and others, and to be able to help others. Ended up doing a degree after that, social work degree. And throughout that time, I started having my spiritual awakening. So where I was getting, like, the universe, my spirit guides were talking to me. So that seems a bit strange to other people that don't understand. So anyway, I had this. So that's sort of why I had a passion to work in mental health, and really had beautiful experience working with people that who are so beautiful and so non-judgmental, and like really accepting, and you have this vibe where they're like they have love and really non-judgmental. So I was part of this community at the time, though, not long ago, and I was going through this awakening process, and I was starting to really get into my spiritual journey, and really connecting with other people that were spiritual, and loved these weekend workshops that I'd do with Kim Robertson, my good friend. So doing those on the weekend, and I had to go back to this community as well that I belonged to, and I started to feel this, I didn't resonate anymore, and these things had happened where it was sort of changes, and people were feeling very heavy. So I was starting to feel really, I could feel the toxic sort of thing coming out, and this crisis. I had this crisis, and I didn't know where to turn, what to do, and so I ended up going to visit an old friend who has a business, and I felt the difference, this big difference, like the contrast and the vibes, and that sort of. So the next day I went back to this community, and I felt it was even more toxic just from seeing that difference. And so I went for a drive, and then I saw my friend Kim, my spiritual life coach, and So I went and had a coffee with her, and I felt my vibe raise. I felt, felt back into myself, connected connected to above. And so I went back to the community, and I was like, that's it. I can't be part of this community anymore. And I just pretty much walked out. But there was some beautiful, very beautiful people there that I still love and appreciate. But also at the same time, that big change that I had to have was quite scary. And I took some time to go within and really just had to have a rest. And I felt like I was unwinding. It was like I was in this cocoon. It was like this. I could feel this unwinding, and it was like I was so wound tight. I didn't realize, and then I ended up. So I'm in the butterfly phase, I think. But so I just left the community, and then ended up feeling real grief, real sad grief about it, and because it's like the spiritual journey can be quite difficult, and the awakening journey. So I ended up having to move from that, and then I found that I was unwinding, and I was starting to, and now I'm into this next phase of my life, and I can help others, on their spiritual journey and whatever, journey, mental health even, because I've also got a loved one who lives with mental health, but also I see, rather than seeing the lack and seeing the negatives about it, I see that people have strength, absolutely amazing, beautiful, beautiful talents in that, and see the strength in people, and to know that you can do anything, just because you have, you live with, struggles doesn't mean that you're not able to do things, like I, did. But just talk to people that, supportive people, and just, don't feel alone, because anybody can experience mental health or addictions, and to know that you're not alone, and if I can get through it, you can as well. Reach out if you need to chat, just, drop me a line. Always happy to chat, always have time, and but I think very much importantly was giving, about giving with aroha, and unconditional positive regard, because you never know what people are going through, and the spiritual journey as well. Like, people aren't, in the moment when you're in that, it's very difficult, and it's like I'm going, oh, there's something wrong with me, I was very, very much in crisis, but now I know that I can help others through it, and having that experience means that I can help others to overcome it, and have absolute love and respect for people that live with difference. So, yep, hope that you got something out of this, but just know that, I feel so much passion to be able to help others to get through their, journeys, and to know that there's also people out there like Kim Robertson who sort of can help you through that, and to not be judged and think that you're different because you're on this path or whatever, and to not stigmatize yourself as well. Don't withdraw yourself and think, man, I'm, they won't want me because I'm stigma, I'm different, I'm going through this journey. That just know that the universe, the spirits, whatever, God, they bring you people in your life. I had to leave that community, but now other people are coming in, these other spiritual, beautiful people, and to know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and you can get through it, because I have. So, love you guys. I hope that you have a good day, and to know, just love yourself first, especially, and love others as well, because you never know what people are going through, and then how you'll feel if you treat them differently, and then have a regret about it later. So, yep, just love others, love the world. Okay, love, bye.